In the mystical world of ancient Egypt, cats were more than just animals, they were revered beings, associated with divinity, protection, and prosperity. The Egyptians' deep admiration for these graceful creatures is evident in their art, their mythology, and even in their daily lives. Cats were so highly regarded that they were considered sacred animals of the goddess Bastet, the feline goddess of home, fertility, and protection. It was believed that Bastet embodied the nurturing, yet fierce qualities of the cat, and her presence in Egyptian culture was so pervasive that it transformed the way Egyptians viewed and interacted with their pet cats. This special connection between Egyptians and their cats extended beyond everyday affection and into the realm of ritualistic mourning. The bond was so powerful that the loss of a beloved cat was met with extreme grief, and the mourning practices for cats reflected their revered status in Egyptian society. One such practice involved the shaving of one's eyebrows, a deeply symbolic act that was reserved for the mourning of a cat's death. Shaving off one's eyebrows was not a common practice among the general populace in ancient Egypt. Instead, it was a unique gesture tied specifically to the mourning of a pet cat, and it was performed by women, who were often the primary caregivers for cats. The act of removing the eyebrows was seen as a visible, public sign of mourning, a way to demonstrate the depth of one's sorrow. For the ancient Egyptians, eyebrows were an important part of a person's appearance, symbolizing both beauty and wisdom. To shave them off indicated a profound sense of loss and an offering of respect to the deceased animal. This act was not only personal but also cultural, signaling a larger societal recognition of the significant role cats played in Egyptian life. Cats were not just pets, they were protectors of homes, guardians against vermin, and symbolic embodiments of the goddess Bastet. The ancient Egyptians believed that the spirit of the cat would continue to watch over the household, bringing protection and blessings to the family even in death. Cats were often buried with great reverence, sometimes in elaborate tombs or embalmed with care, as if they were members of the family. Mourning a cat's death through the shaving of eyebrows was not just a show of grief but also a reflection of the importance of the animal within the context of the household. For the Egyptians, the cat's death signified more than just the loss of a companion, it represented the loss of protection, of a connection to the divine, and a disruption in the natural order. The act of shaving the eyebrows could thus be seen as an outward expression of the emotional and spiritual void left by the cat's departure. This deeply ingrained respect for cats was not only shown in mourning rituals but also in the way cats were treated during their lifetimes. They were often dressed in fine clothes, fed carefully prepared meals, and allowed to roam freely around homes, temples, and even royal palaces. The affection and reverence for cats were so strong that laws were enacted to protect them. Killing a cat, whether accidentally or intentionally, was considered a serious crime, often punishable by death. Such strict laws were a testament to the central role cats played in Egyptian society and religion. Interestingly, the ancient Egyptians' love for cats went beyond just domestic animals. They also admired the wild cats of the land, such as the African wild cat, which they believed embodied the spirit of Bastet. Wild cats were sometimes kept in temples or royal courts, where they were treated with the same reverence as their domesticated counterparts. This connection between the divine and the feline was so profound that even the mere presence of a cat was thought to bring blessings and protection. The practice of shaving eyebrows in mourning for a cat's death also highlights the larger cultural context of how the ancient Egyptians viewed death and the afterlife. They believed in a complex spiritual world where animals, especially those associated with gods, were integral to the journey of the soul. By mourning their cats in such a visible and meaningful way, the Egyptians were acknowledging the spiritual bond they shared with their pets and affirming their belief in the continued presence of these animals in the afterlife. In modern times, we may look back at this practice with curiosity, but it serves as a poignant reminder of the ancient Egyptians' profound connection to the natural world and their animals. The reverence they showed for cats reflects a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of life, death, and spirituality. Today, while we may not shave our eyebrows in mourning, the bond between humans and cats remains just as strong, with cats still symbolizing mystery, protection, and companionship in many cultures. The ritual of shaving eyebrows in mourning for a cat's death is a fascinating glimpse into the spiritual and cultural fabric of ancient Egypt. It speaks to the depth of the bond between humans and animals and serves as a reminder of the reverence and respect that certain animals, like cats, have inspired across the centuries. It is a reminder that the love we have for our pets is not a modern sentiment, but one that has endured through the ages, transcending time and culture.